Welcome to my summer morning routine. When I started a morning routine, I feel like that is when I really started to connect with myself. It sets the tone for my day and allows me to put intention into what I want this day to be. Good morning. The first thing I do when I wake up is I look out my window and I have some gratitude. I find this is super helpful to calm my headspace down, as sometimes I wake up and my to-do list is already in my brain. So just focusing on what is beautiful, what I'm excited for in the day, makes me feel good. I also don't make the bed because JT and I have a rule of whoever wakes up second, then they have to make the bed. So it's his today. The first thing I like to do when I get downstairs is set the vibe. So I love to put on a candle. I'll also turn on some light music, just some morning vibes, and then I'll fill up my water. While I fill up my water, I'll drink a good portion of this while I ice my face. I find that this is super easy to help with depuffing and any blemishes that I have to calm them down. While I wait for my teapot to get hot, I will write JT a little note before he gets downstairs. Now going to have some hot lemon water. I find this is so great for my digestion to have it first before anything, and also I love something warm right in the morning. Lately I've been practicing grounding, so I would just put my feet into the grass and walk barefoot. I'll set a timer for about 5 minutes and listen to some music or just nature. Grounding helps a lot with stress, anxiety, inflammation in the body. It also gives you a sprout of energy. Then I'll move into my office and open the doors. I find just having so much fresh air in the morning is a sense of peace for me. And I'll set the vibe of the room. A candle is my first stop. And then I'll read a nice little note that my girlfriend gave me. It's a jar of notes that I read every single morning. Continuing to set the vibe of my office and my space, I'll light some Palo Santo, and it's just a nice practice to release any negative energy and have a really clear grounding mindset. While I drink the rest of my lemon water, I will grab my phone and find Insight Timer. This is my favorite meditation app, which I've tried a lot of different apps, and this is by far my favorite. You really do need to figure out what works for you, but I find this one just has the most different selections of meditations and is very specific to my needs. Meditation has probably been the biggest game changer part of my routine. It took me some time to enjoy it, but now I really could not live without it. Even if it's 5 minutes, it makes a huge difference. Now it is coffee time. So this is the time where I will fully let my body awaken. I'm going to just make a espresso with some oat milk and my collagen. I almost forgot that I made fresh juice yesterday, so I just mixed up some carrots, apples, celery, and cucumber and made it the night before because I knew I would have a busy morning. I love this because it allows me to just get my greens in or my fresh veggies and fruits before I start the day. Next, I will go on a walk. It really matters the morning. Sometimes I have 5 minutes and sometimes I have 30 to an hour. But I find getting outside for at least a little bit of time allows me to feel refreshed and inspired for my day. I'll listen to a podcast sometimes or even take a walk to spend some time with JT before the busy day gets going. I really can't talk enough about how much a walk changes my morning. Officially, good morning. I feel like I couldn't come on here and talk until I had a full cup of coffee because we all know in my first morning routine video, I barely could get words out because I literally was trying to talk to you guys through it. Hence why I did the voiceover this time, because I could barely speak in my last morning routine because I was like trying to in real time. And before I have a cup of coffee, my brain is just not there. So definitely thriving off of this. I obviously am ready for my day, which isn't how every day goes for my morning routine. So today I have to, usually I would in my routine take you guys through like showing when I work out and move my body, and I wouldn't actually like look put together. But since I'm filming today, I just got ready now and was just sipping on my coffee during getting ready. So now I'm going to do more of my morning routine. So I'm going to journal, and then I'm going to make my to-do list and my priorities for the day. And I really want to walk through this part because if you guys did watch the first video, you can see that my morning routine has changed, and only by little ways. I love to just try new things and implement new things, and obviously we change over time. So I'm continuously curious of other people's routines and like, oh, let me try that and add it into my routine, or maybe even it's different by week. I'm going to just take you guys through my journaling routine, which is a little bit different. Doesn't mean I don't like my other one. I actually crave that routine sometimes too for the journaling process, but this is what I've been really loving right now, almost because I'm kind of going through a moment, and I don't know if it's what's going on in the world or, you know, because there's a lot going on, and I feel like I'm just super emotional, but not like sad emotional, just I have a lot of feelings, and I'm very in this moment of what else is out there for me, what am I not seeing. So I'm really just like asking the world, like my doors are open, so I'm taking everything in that you're trying to show me. So I've kind of been loving journaling more rather than my prompts that I've done in the past. I'll turn on some like light music, I still have my candle going, and I'll do my journaling routine. I would highly recommend to anyone to journal, and that if that is the 5-minute journal that I've shared, which is super easy, you can get it on Amazon. I will link that below to just start the juices flowing, and then over time you can start to kind of create your own and what prompts are actually going to be best for you to show up your best for the day. But I just have like a plain line journal. I'm now like literally at the end of it, but it's just like plain lines, so it's not like you have to go buy an expensive journal. I have bought expensive like planners and journals and all these things, and for me, I feel like I just am always like going back to my just easy line notebook. So it's all preference and what works for you. But the first thing I'm going to do is, while I'm meditating, I can tell that I'm having lots of thoughts. Even right when I wake up in the morning, like I mentioned, my mind's already going, and so even in my meditation to like calm my thoughts down, I know I'm about to do this mind dump, so it'll let me know like everything you're thinking will get out on paper, which I think is super important because we have so many things coming up. So what I'll do is I'll do 3 pages, which sometimes is a lot, sometimes I'll just do 1 if I'm like 3 is just too much for me. But what I've been loving, because I have been saying I'm kind of emotional and all these things, is I've been loving writing intentional things that are coming up. So sometimes morning pages could be like, just write everything that comes to your mind. So I'll write like my to-do list will come to my mind. Even random thoughts will be like, Jessica, like if I'm thinking of a friend, I'll write it down. But actually what I have been doing for these morning pages is allowing like my honest feelings to come up. So I think it's a little bit more like journaling. So I'll be like, if I feel this, oh, I really want to be close to nature. Nature makes me feel this. And I kind of just like write honest things that comes up. And I think the biggest tips that I've learned with doing this is being non-judgment, like do not judge your writing. So do not judge what comes up. There's no right or wrong. And then also kind of going into it a little fearless per se, of like not being fearful of what comes up. Like it's almost just like, this is you and your paper. There's no right or wrong. And I really enjoy it. So there is levels to this. Again, this isn't always how I'm feeling too. Sometimes I'm like, I do not want to journal and just write because I'm not feeling so emotional. So instead I'll do the prompts. So I will link the video that I'm referencing below for the prompts if you guys want to try that as well. I think that they're both really nice to look at, but this is my updated version. All right, here we go. I just finished my, whoa, cowgirl, my 3 pages. Again, just messy, kind of writing what comes from the heart. Next, what I will do, and my goal here, you guys, is to not be answering or looking at my phone or checking text messages yet. I totally understand if your job requires for you to at a certain time. If that is the case, then I would say try, and at least my number one way of doing it is meditate without touching my phone. So as long as I've gotten through my meditation, then if something's urgent or I need to look, I will look at my phone, just because, yeah, I totally understand sometimes we can't have our phone off for so long, but I think as much time as you can is amazing. So meditation for sure, still haven't seen anything. And then if I'm like, okay, I think I need to look because there's something due today or whatever it is, then I will check it out. So after I've done the morning pages, this is where my to-do list comes in. I'm really planning out my day. So throughout my week, on Monday, I start with this looks crazy, but I start with a mind dump of my to-do list. So I pretty much just write everything that comes to my mind, business, personal, everything. And the list will collect over time, obviously, because through the week I'm thinking of more things, but I'm highlighting, blah, blah, blah. Also, what I will do is next to the to-do that I have to do, I will write the day that I want to do it. So that is super helpful for me to not look at a to-do list and think that I have to get this all done in one day. It kind of helps me delegate to which day I'm going to need to do these things. So for instance, like some are Monday, some I have Tuesday, some I have Sunday. Like, it helps to delegate because you don't need to get it all done in one day. And then from there, so when I look at this list, then I will take my little notepad, and you don't have to have this. Alyssa got it for me, and I just think it's really cute. But usually I would just write it in my journal of like, okay, today is 8, whatever day it is. And then I would write only 3 priorities from business that I have to, or really, really would feel so successful in my day and productive if I got those 3 things done. 3. Then I'll do 3 personal things. So 3 business, 3 personal tasks or to-dos that I really would love to get done today. So this little notepad just says top priorities, top task. And so I'll just write the 3 and kind of just stare at this rather than this giant list I have here. I found 3 is like soothing to me because I've heard to do like top 7, but I think I just got overwhelmed even with that number. It's like, it just feels good to say, okay, I got 3, and then you can go back to your list if you have more time and look beyond that. So that is something that I really love to separate. So each day, I also really love to write things. I did try to do it all in my computer. And for me, like writing it down, I just remember so much more than when I type it out, I don't remember what my priorities were in that day, and I have to keep looking back. So writing it down is just my go-to. So after that whole routine, feeling good, then I will start to look at my phone, look at my email, and kind of check it out and see what's going on in the world. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna go downstairs and have a little bit of breakfast before I have to leave. So we're now in a rush. So I'm just going to I boiled 2 eggs. So I already have the meal prepped. So I'm gonna bring this and eat them in the car. And then the place that we go to film, there's a coffee shop near it, and they have overnight oats from Mush. So I'm gonna eat those while we set up and do everything, just because your girl kind of ran out of time this morning. So this is why meal prepping is like I always say, a godsend. So gonna eat these and then eat my mush, and that will be my morning routine. All right, let's go. All right, my loves, I just got back from filming. I am signing off. I hope you guys enjoyed. I did a morning routine video for them.
I love it. She's got a great morning routine.
He has a pretty crazy one too, don't you? Oh my gosh, get out of here. Anyway, you guys, I really hope you enjoyed the morning routine. Again, I think it's really about slowly adding things in, not doing it all at once. This is taking me time to figure out what works for me. So I encourage you guys to figure out what works for you. So start with one step, maybe do it for 2 weeks, and then add another one in and see how much time it takes you and see what feels good. Really listen to your body and what it's responding well to. But I do know how you start your day is a huge reflection of the rest of your day. So that's why I'm just so passionate about these morning routines. But I hope you guys like this video. As always, share what you guys want to see next. I love creating these and just sharing my habits and tools and all the above. So I love you, fam.